It was a quiet spring night. April 26, 1986. 1:23 in the morning. The city of Pripyat was asleep. Windows were open. Children were dreaming. Just 3 kilometers away, a nuclear reactor was about to explode. This is the story of Chernobyl. The night the world changed forever. Pripyat was a young city. Modern, clean, alive. Nearly 50,000 people lived here. Most of them worked at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. They believed they were building the future. They trusted science. They trusted the system. No one imagined that this city would be abandoned forever. Reactor number 4 had been operating for 2 years. It was powerful, and it was dangerous. Hidden inside its design was a fatal flaw. One that even many engineers did not fully understand. And on this night, that flaw would be triggered. On April 25th, engineers planned a safety test. The question was simple. If the power goes out, can the turbine keep the reactor cool for a short time? The test had failed before, but this time, failure was not acceptable. Orders came from above. The test must be completed. Inside the control room were 3 men. Alexander Akimov, the night shift supervisor. Leonid Topchinov, senior reactor control engineer, only 25 years old. And Anatoly Dyatlov, deputy chief engineer, the most powerful man in the room. Dyatlov was feared. Questioning him meant losing your job. So when things went wrong, no one stopped him. At 11 a.m., the test was delayed. Kiev needed electricity. The reactor stayed running for 10 more hours. The day shift went home. Experienced engineers left. The night shift took over. They were not prepared for this test. At 12:28 a.m., operators reduced reactor power. Suddenly, power dropped almost to zero. The reactor became extremely unstable. This was the moment to stop. But Dyatlov said no. To raise power, operators pulled out control rods. Too many. Automatic safety systems were disabled. By 1 a.m., only 6 control rods remained. The minimum safe number was 15. The reactor was now out of control. A nuclear reactor is like a fire. Uranium is the fuel. Control rods are the brakes. When rods go down, they slow the reaction. When rods go up, the reaction speeds up. The emergency button was supposed to drop all rods instantly and stop everything. At 1:23 a.m., the test began. Steam valves closed. Water flow dropped. The reactor became more unstable every second. At 1:23 and 40 seconds, Akimov pressed the emergency shutdown button. Instead of stopping the reactor, power surged. Control rods entered the core. Their graphite tips increased the reaction. Power rose to 10 times the limit. 4 seconds later, the reactor exploded. A second explosion followed. The 2,000-ton lid was blown into the air. The reactor was open to the sky. Inside the control room, Dyatlov said, "The reactor is intact." It was not. Akimov and Topchinov were ordered to pump water into a reactor that no longer existed. Both men received lethal radiation doses. At 1:28 a.m., firefighters arrived. They had no protection, no warning. They stepped on radioactive graphite, held it with bare hands. Their skin burned from the inside. Most of them did not survive. Morning came. Children played outside. People walked to work. Radiation was already deadly. But no one was told. The city continued living. For one last day. 36 hours later, buses arrived. People were told, "This is temporary." They took documents, left pets, left homes. They never returned. Chernobyl was not just an accident. It was a warning about fear, silence, and human error. One night, one test, one button, and the world changed forever.